Hello everyone, welcome to the introduction of the AutoCAD. So when you open AutoCAD, you will see something similar like this. So we just simply click to the Start Drawing. This is the environment of the AutoCAD. You can see you can move the mouse around this area. You can see here, this is the grid, so you can turn on and turn off the grid. At the top we have the ribbons to add the line, to add the circle, to add the text and the property of the object that we will discuss later. At the left we have the X and Y, so it will help you to know the position of the object. You can also see at the bottom we have the command line, and this you can type a lot, anything here. We can type a command, something like this. So if you don't see the command line, you can type the command line and you press enter, and the command line will show up for you. Okay. So first of all, we will learn how to draw a line. So simply click to the line symbol here and just click randomly on the screen. When you finish, you just press enter, and this is the line that you can draw in the AutoCAD. Or you can press L. When you press L here, it shows the line. So when you press L and then you press enter, it's simple to make the line, and press enter to finish the line. So this is the two methods to create a line. First, you can click to the symbol here, or you can just simply press L for line and press enter, and then you can draw a line. And when you finish, just press enter. Okay, so if you want to delete the line, you just select the line and press delete. That's simple. And if you want to delete many lines at the same time, just select many lines at the same time and delete it. In the AutoCAD, there are three methods to select the object. The first is selecting one by one, like clicking to the object. Or you can select by dragging the mouse from the right to left. You just click to the right and just drag to the left. When you drag to the left, you can see the green rectangular. And this green rectangular here, any object that touching the green object will be selected. So you can see here, when I drag from left to right, I drag for the first line here, the first line touching the green rectangular. I drag more to the left, 2 lines, 3 lines touching to the rectangular, so I can select 3 lines here. So if I want to select all lines here, I just drag the mouse from right to left like this, to make sure that all the line touching the green line, so that I can select all the line. Another method is dragging the mouse from the left to right. So just try to do it. So when I drag from the left to right, I see the blue rectangular. And when I drag from the left to right, I don't see, I can select the line. But when I cover completely the whole subject, so when I cover completely all line here, I can select it. So when you select from the left to right, make sure that the line is completely inside the blue rectangular. You can see here when I drag like this, I can select 3 lines, and the other 2 lines at the left cannot be selected because it's outside the box. When I drag like this, I only select these 3 lines. But when I drag from the right to the left with the green box, any line touching the green box is selected. So this is the difference between the right to left and left to right. So we can take a note like this. So if you drag the mouse from left to right, you will see a blue box. And it only selects the object inside the box. When you drag the mouse from right to left, you will see the green box, and it will select object touching the box. And when you want to draw a line, you can either click to the line symbol, or you can only press L. To draw a line. Okay, so now if I want to draw okay, so the first thing, when you want to move the whole window together, if you use the mouse, you just hold the scroll wheel up the mouse, hold it, and then just move it, so you can move the whole window. And if you want to zoom in and zoom out, just turning the scroll wheel up the mouse, you can zoom in and zoom out easily. So we will take a note like this. So if you hold the scroll wheel, the mouse, you can move the AutoCAD window, AutoCAD environment. And if you want to zoom in and zoom out, zoom in or zoom out, you just scrolling the wheel up the mouse. Okay, so now I will select all the line here, and I will delete it. Now we were talking about the position. So if I want to draw the shape like this with the position of X and Y, so 40 here is the value of X, and 150 is the value of Y. So we have the X and Y here, and it's at the 0 position, X0, Y0. So you want to draw a line from 40 to X of X and 150 of Y. We start to draw a line first, so So when I want to specify the point of x equal to 40 and y equal to 150, I will draw the line. I will press L for a line, and it asks you to specify the first point. So I just enter the position of it. I press 40, I press comma, and I press 150, I press enter. And it will show you this point of the position of x equal to 40 and y equal to 150. So the next point, I will select the position of x equal to 160 and y equal to 150. So just enter it, 160, comma, 150. You can press spacebar or enter. So this is the second point. For the third point, you will move vertically, and at this point equal to 160, comma, 205, spacebar. And you want to draw to the left, you enter the next point, 85, comma, 205. I can zoom in by wheeling the scrolling wheel in my mouse. The next point equal to 85, comma, 170. And to the left equal to 40, comma, 170. So, and we come back to the first point. So you have the two options. You can click to this point, or you just press C here. You can see here is the close. So you press C and press spacebar. It will close the figure for you. So this is the figure that we have finished with the exactly dimension that we want. So now we will try to draw the figure like this. So now I will draw the line first. I press L to draw a line. I enter the first point, 40, comma, 50. I go to the next point here. So I want to increase X, but no Y. So X to the right, 30 units. And we start at 40, so I need to, this point here, equal to 70, and the Y keep the same at 50. So we press 70, comma, 50, spacebar. When we want to go up, so we want to go up here, we go up 30. So at this point, we are at the X of 70 and the Y equal to 50 plus 30 equal to 80. Spacebar. So this is the next point here. Next point, so we want to go horizontally 60 units from the 40. Here we plus 30 plus 60. So 70, so 130. So X equal to 130 here, and Y equal to 80. So 130 here, and 80. Now we go down. We go down at X equal to 130, and Y equal to 50. So 130, comma, 50. And now to the right. So we increase the X. So we have 130 plus 30 equal to 160 here. 160 for x, comma, and y also at 50. And now we move up. We don't increase x, so x still equal to 160, and y equal to 50 plus 30 plus 40, 120. So we enter 120 here and enter. And now we come back here. X equal to 40 and y equal to 120. So 40, 120, enter. And now you can close this by clicking to this or press C. So this is the figure that we have drawn with exactly the dimension that we want. But it is very difficult. You can see that we need to add the value together point by point, and it's very difficult to keep track of this. We also have the other method to draw this figure by using the relative coordinate, by putting the add sign here and you put x and y. So the relative here does mean that we just specify the second point from the first point, from the previous point, and it's much easier. So for example, if I delete this, I drag from the right to left, and all the line touching the window will be selected. Or I will drag from left to right, so to make sure that all the line inside the box, and delete it. Also delete this figure. Now I will draw it again with the relative coordinate. So first I will select the first point at the start point as previously. So I press L for making a line. I specify the first point 40, 50. Now I want to go to the right 30 units here, and I don't want to increase any y. I just go to the right with the in the x direction. I can I can type add here. I want to increase 30 in x and 0 for y, and enter. So it will go to the right 30 units for the x. So I want to go up 30 units. Here I go up 30 units. So x equal, I use the dynamic input. I put the add sign here. I put 0 for x, comma, and 30 for y. Enter. It will move up 30 units from its previous point. So it is much easier. So if I want to go to the right, I use the add, and I go to right 60 units and 0 for y, enter. And I go down 30 units. So add. So when I go down, I use minus sign, minus 30, comma 0. Sorry. So I go down, so x equal to 0 and y equal to minus 30. Enter. So I want to go to the right, I use add. X equal to increase 30 units and y equal to 0. Enter. I want to go up. I want to go up 70 units. So add 70 units for y, so 0 for x and 70 for y, enter. and now go to the left. I go to the left 120 units to the left. So I use add here minus 120 for X and 0 for Y, enter, and then we press C to close it. So it's much faster when using the dynamic coordinate. For example, we can draw this figure again by the dynamic method. So you go, first we draw the line first, we press L for the line, we specify the first point by 40, 150, press enter, and now we will go in this side, in this direction, go with add 120, 0. We go up, add 0, 55, left, add minus 75, 0, add 0, minus 35, add minus 45, 0, and C to close it. This is much faster for the dynamic, but it also very inconvenient when you using the add here every time. So we also have other methods to get rid of the add sign here. Add here is very take time to do this. So I will show you the other way to enter the dimension without the add sign here. So just move on. Here we can use the relative coordinate to draw an angle. So I will delete these two figures here. So I can draw this figure by using the relative coordinate and with the add sign here, and this is the distance, and we use the angle here. So now let's draw it. First we press L to draw a line, and you select randomly any point. So I just select this point. Okay. So and I want to go in this direction. I want to go this direction here, and I want the distance of this line is equal to 50, and it will have the angle of 45. So I just put add here. I put 50, and I put the angle of 45. Enter. So this is the first point. Next point here, I still want to get the distance of 50, but now I want to go to this angle of 135. Just press add 50 angle 135, and similarly add 50 225 here, and you can press C to close it. It's easy. So now we will try to do this figure. So I delete it. Now we will start maybe from this point. Just draw a line, press L, enter, pick any line, pick any point, and then we will start using the relative coordinate. So I want to go to the right first. So I want to go to the right 40 units. So I add 40, comma 0. I want to go down of the distance of 30 and the angle of minus 45 degree. So I press Alt here, 30, the angle minus 45, and this is the line here. I go to the right 30, so I use Alt here, to the right 30, 30, no 0 for Y, and then I will go up 30 units, up 30 units, Alt 30, and the angle is here is 45 degree. Enter, and I will go up 20 units. So Alt here, 0 for X, 20 for Y. Now I will go in this direction. So similar here. In this direction I use the 135 degree. So I use Alt here. The distance also 30. The angle equal to 135. Now go to the left. Alt here. Minus 30 for X and 0 for Y. Enter. And I go this side. Go down. I go down here. Alt 30 for the distance. And the angle here, I can copy here 225. 225. This must be the angle here. Enter. And I go to the left 40 units. Alt minus 40 for X and 0 for Y, comma, enter, and C to close. So this is the figure that we have drawn with the exactly dimension we want. But drawing this using the add sign here is very inconvenient. So we also have the other method to do this by turn on the dynamic mode. You can see here, if you can see at the right corner, you can see this symbol is here the dynamic mode, and this is now currently turned off. And we can turn it on by clicking to it, and it will turn blue. But if you don't see it, you can go to the bottom right here, click to the three line here, it's customization, and you can see here, this is the dynamic input. Just select it, and then you can see this symbol, and you can turn it on and off by clicking to it. In the case that you don't see this symbol, or you don't see the dynamic input in the customize at the corner right, at the right corner, just simply type die mode, enter, and if you press 0, that means that you turn it off, and you press again die mode, enter, and you press 1, you can turn it on. If you use the window, you can turn on and turn off the die mode by pressing F12. So when I press in F12, you can see here this is turn off and turn on again by pressing F12. By using the dynamic mode, the dynamic input, you don't need to put the add symbol below before your input. For example, if I want to draw this again, I will delete this and I will draw it again. I will start with the first point here. So I press L to draw a line. I pick randomly any point, and then you can see that my dynamic input is on, so don't need to put the add. I just want to go to the right 40 units. I just put 40 units here and comma 0. It will go to the right 40 units without any add sign here. I will go down 30 units and I put the angle up -45. You go for me. Go to the right 30 units, 30 comma 0. Go up 30, angle 45. Go up 20 comma wrong, undo. This wrong, so I will you can see here you can put U to undo it. So I type U to undo the line. Next I need to 0 for X, comma, and 20 for Y. To the left here, 135, 30, and angle 135. To left here, 30, -30, comma 0. Down 30, angle 225. To the left is -40, comma 0, and C to close it. So it is much faster when you turn on the dynamic mode. Okay. There is also one technique that you can use to draw the line. If you can see the figure here with everything horizontally and vertically, there's no angle in this figure, so we can use one mode to just draw only the horizontal and vertical line. So for example, I delete this. I want to draw a figure like this. So similarly, if I am in the dynamic mode, I can draw this figure. So I will draw half of this figure by the dynamic mode for you. First, I press L to draw a line. I select anywhere that I want, and I want to move from here to here 74 units. So I just press 74, comma 0. Because I'm in the dynamic mode here, so I don't need to put the add sign. I go up 18. So 0 for X, comma, and 18 for Y. I go left 23. So I go left 23, -23, comma 0 for Y. So something like this. But it is still also very slow to draw this figure. So there's another method to do it. I press escape to finish it. This slide. I want to make it faster, to draw it faster. There's another way to do it by using the AutoCAD mode. So you can see here, this is AutoCAD mode. you can turn it on and off by pressing F8, or you just simply type AutoCAD mod here, AutoCAD mod, and enter. So you will press 1 to turn it on, something like this. But it says simply press F8 for Windows user, or just click to this symbol. So when you click to the auto mode on, now just draw it. You select the auto mode on, and you select the dynamic mode on. Now draw. First I press L to draw a line. I select anywhere, and now you can see that when I move to the right, even though my mouse is not horizontally, but the line you can see it is horizontally or vertically. So it goes horizontally, and I only need to push the distance to it. So I just drag the mouse from left to right, and I just enter the distance. So I enter 74 here, enter. It will move 74 units for you. And if I want to draw up, I just move the mouse up, and then I enter 18. It will draw the line up 18 units for you. And if you want to go to the left, just move the mouse to the left and enter the unit 23. Similar here, 16. You just move the mouse a bit to the right and enter 33 or 23. Enter. Go up 77 units. So you just move the mouse up and enter 77. Spacebar or enter. So move the mouse to the left, 36, up 11, left 38, down 43, right 24, down 31, left 24, and down. Pressing this and enter. So this is the figure here. So it should be much faster to draw all the vertical and horizontal line by turning this mode, the auto mode here. You can turn it on, turn it off by pressing F8. Just click to it. Usually I see the dynamic mode is very useful, so just keep it on. And this auto mode is very useful when you draw the figure with no angle. Okay, move on. So now we can draw a circle. So in the circle here, you can select this symbol, circle, and just select anywhere, and then just draw a circle. This will big or small, it depends on us. And you can enter the radius of this circle. For example, if I want to draw a circle with the radius of 10, I just select the circle here. I select the center of the circle, and I just drag the mouse a bit up, a bit further from the center, and I enter the radius value, for example 10 here, and enter. So this circle had the radius of 10. But in the case that we want to draw a circle with the diameter of 10, how can we do that? We just simply click to the circle here, select any point for the center, and you can see here we have the diameter here, and this is the blue D, So if you press if you input 10, this is the number, this is the value of the radius. So if you want to enter the value of the diameter, you just press D, enter. So you can see here it says specify the diameter of the circle. So now we just put 10. So this is the circle of the diameter of 10, and this is the circle of the radius of 10. You can try to do it in your laptop. This is the circle of the radius of 13, and this is the circle of the diameter of 15. So I will draw only the two circles here. I delete this. I draw a circle. So the faster way to draw a circle, if you don't want to select this symbol, you just press C. C for circle. Press C and enter. And then you just select randomly the center of the circle. And first I want to draw the circle of the radius of 13. So I just enter 13. This is the default value for the it will select the radius. In the case that you want to draw the diameter, press C for the circle, enter, select the center, and then press D for diameter, enter, and then you can press the 15, enter. So this is the circle of the diameter of 15, and this is the circle of the radius of 13. So the diameter will be equal to 26. We will move next to how we can trim the line. For example, if I have many lines, so I draw the line randomly. Okay. Because I'm in the auto mode, so I just can draw the line vertically or horizontally. So if we want to turn it off, I click it to it, press F8. Okay, turn it off. So I can draw the line with the angle. For example, something like this. And then I want to trim the line. For example, if I want to, for example, I want to draw a line something like this. So I want to trim this line from here. I just want to keep this line from here to here, from here to here, and I don't want to see this section, so I want to trim it. So how to cut this line into and remove this section? So I can use the trim mode. So for the trim, you can, when I open the big window, you can see this is the trim. You can click to this, and it will ask you to select the object. So select the object, select the cutting edge. So you select the edge that you want to cut. You press enter, and then you move your mouse to the section of the line that you want to cut, and just click to it, and this section of the line will be trimmed. Okay, and you press enter again. You come back. Okay, for example, if you draw a circle. I draw a circle by pressing C. I draw a circle something like this. Okay, I want to keep all the line inside the circle, and I don't want to see all the line outside the circle. So I use the trim. So go to the trim, click to the trim here, select the cutting edge. So I select this circle here. I press enter, and then when I move to the outside of the line, it will be removed. It will be trimmed. So click to it. Press enter. You can see all the lines are trimmed, and only the section inside the circle will be kept. So this is the function of the trim, and you also can type it by the command window by putting the T and R. So T R for trim. So it's quicker. Usually I use the command most of the time. I don't like to go to the symbol here because it's slow my process, my drawing. For example, I draw something like this, and then I draw a line here, and I want to just skip the lower section of all the lines, and then I want to trim all here. So I press TR for trim, select this line, press enter again, and then I just move to the line that I want to trim. Or you can select multiple lines by using the dragging the mouse from the right to left or left to right. So I drag from the right to left, and any line touching the green box will be trimmed. For example, I want to trim this, and I want to trim it at the below. I can trim like this, and I press enter again, finish. So this is the function of the trim. So we can take a note here to trim a line. This is you can click to the trim symbol, or just press the TR. Okay, to draw a circle, so you can press the C for a circle. Okay. Next, this area very interesting that the AutoCAD have the object snap, and it's very useful for you to draw a lot of things. For example, I draw a line here. So do you know where's the middle of this point? Yeah, you can see the rectangle, the square, the small square here is in the middle of the line. So if I want to draw the second line that starts from the middle of this line, I just press L to draw a line, and I just drag my mouse along this line here, and when I see this green triangle. That means I know that it's in the middle of this line, so I can click to this and then I can draw the next line, something like this. So if you don't see the triangle here, let's go to the right here, you click to this arrow, you can see there is a midpoint selected here. When I deselect the midpoint, for example, I delete this and I want to draw a line at the middle of this line, I don't see the triangle appear because I deselect the snap to the midpoint. So you go to this and you can go to this, go to the setting of the object snap. In the object snap we have the endpoint, it will have the symbol of the square, the midpoint it have the triangle, the center of a circle, it will be a small circle, a node, it have the circle with the X, the quadrant is the quadrant of a circle, the intersection, the extension, the perpendicular, the tangent, the nearest parallel. So we just I select OK. So now if I draw a circle, a random circle here, you can see the middle here is the center of the circle, and we have 4 points here, is a 4 quadrant. For example, if I want to draw a line from the quadrant of the circle or from the center of the circle, I just draw a line here and I touch the circle, it will show the center of the circle here, so I can click to this and I can draw the line that starts from the center of the circle. And I want to draw, if I want to draw a line from the quadrant of the circle, I click L for line and I go to I move along the circle. You can see the 4 green box here is showing the quadrant, so I can start from this and I can draw a line. If I turn off the snap object here, the quadrant, so if I deselect it and deselect the center, when I draw again, I want to draw the line at the center. When I drag around the circle, there's no center point for me to select, so I cannot select the center of this circle. So by clicking to this and then I select the center here, now I want to draw a line from the center of the circle, I can select the center of the circle here. So for some view that don't have the environment to see this, you can type O snap, the object snap. So you press O snap and enter. It will appear the setting for you, and you can select the quadrant, the endpoint, the midpoint, and I usually use the nearest here, the perpendicular here, the intersection here. So we see the intersection and the perpendicular. So for example, if you can see here the line, the circle and the line, they are touching together at this point. So when I want to draw a line from the intersection of the circle and the line here, I can draw it by, for example, I draw a line L here and I move to the intersection. So this is the midpoint of the line, the L here, and I want to go to intersection. You can see it show in the intersection, and just draw it. And if I deselect the intersection here, I deselect the intersection. When I draw a line again, press L, and I cannot select the intersection of the circle on the line here. It's not showing the intersection. So the object snap is very important for you to select something and not select something. So I select the intersection again, and I can draw a line with the intersection showing something like this. And one final thing for the perpendicular. So if I want to draw a line that's perpendicular to this line, I can draw a line here from some point here, and I want to draw a line that is perpendicular to this line. I just drag around this line, along this line, and when I see this symbol, it's showing that is the perpendicular. Just click it and enter. So I can draw a perfectly perpendicular line to this line. Similarly, if I deselect it, perpendicular, and I draw again, I don't know which point is perpendicular to this line. So select perpendicular, and then I can draw a line that's perpendicular to it here. So this is the end of the first section of the AutoCAD. Thank you.